done been down before. I had to get up and get it together. Knew one day it would be better. No, I can't struggle forever. Plenty days I was in the past, man. I can't throw no stones about a glass house. Yeah, from the bottom to the top, baby. Yeah, I can never stop, baby. Oh, they don't like me, oh, that cool. Tell them stop, hey. From the bottom to the top, baby. Bottom to the top, baby. Oh, they don't like me, oh, that cool. Tell them stop. I show you what hustle is. Yeah, make it to places you never did. Yeah, diamonds come from pressure. I've been shining since. Oh, I had to pick up the pieces. I couldn't settle with decent. I'm bringing sand to the beaches. I went through hell for a reason.
You are now tuning in to From the Bottom to the Top with your girl Princess with the Real. Today I got Red Black in the building, and we finna get all up and through his business. We're gonna go from childhood to adulthood to where he is now in life. And of course, everybody know I don't do no small talk, so we finna jump right on into it. So thank you for coming in today.
Oh, no problem. No
And
problem.
I just want to get straight into it. We're going to go into your childhood, talk a little bit about your childhood. The first question I like to ask is, did you grow up in a single-parent household, or did you grow up with both parents?
My parents are still married to this day.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you grew up in a household with both of your parents.
Yeah.
And tell me a little bit about your childhood and how that went for you.
Both my parents, we weren't rich. My mom came from a kind of a rich family, but, we weren't rich. My parents were working hard to get us up out the hood. All my family originally from like New Jersey. My grandma on my mom's side is from Iceland, but everybody else is from New Jersey. And my dad's full-blood Italian. We grew up, I got one brother. I got an older brother, and actually, happy birthday, Joe. It's my brother's birthday today. That's why I chose September 15th.
Okay, September 15th is my mom's birthday too.
So, and I actually just left him. So, but yeah, I grew up in a household that had a lot of morals and values, and you live a certain way,
And when you say morals and values and you live a certain way, what kind of rules and
old school values?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I was raised a Catholic, but as I got older, I'm more of a spiritual person. I'm not a religious person.
Okay.
I feel like religions were designed to separate us all because if you break them down, they all follow the same spiritual principles.
And now you said your parents were working hard. You didn't grow up
they
fortunate.
worked
but
hard. They actually went out. I was born in New Jersey, in Newark, New Jersey, in Union. And a little bit in West Orange. Like I said, my grandfather was actually they try to keep it from me and all that, and I don't even know if I'm supposed to be saying it or whatever, but, was involved with, the Italians,
Mm-hmm.
and both my parents were latchkey kids at first, so both my parents were working jobs, so I would say I'm at the rec center, but really, I'm hopping on the train, delivering a package for Uncle so-and-so that ain't my uncle, and then bringing back an envelope 2-3 times a week, and at that time getting like $200, $300 a week.
Now, how old were you at that time?
I had to be like 7,
Okay.
something like that,
Okay.
when I was doing that, and I didn't even know that I was a runner. I didn't know what I was doing. I was just helping out my uncle, thinking it was
making
cool.
the regular delivery.
And he giving me all this money, and you think about it back then in the 80s, I was born in 1980, April Fool's Day, April 1st, 1980. And in the 80s, $100 was like having 500 or 1,000 today.
Oh, yeah.
So think about it, he gave me $200, $250 a week to make 2-3 runs. I was stupid. I didn't put it in the shoebox. I'm buying everybody candy. I'm buying shoes. The Atari came out. I got 3 of them, but they're all at other people's houses.
But how long before your parents found out you was doing this?
Because I was putting money, it didn't take long because I was putting money in their wallet. So it was like, wait a minute, I didn't have this much. You know what I'm saying? Like, hold up. And when they caught me, we moved to Connecticut, like ASAP. Because my dad worked in Rochester, New York. So we were in New Jersey. He just moved over here where I couldn't be around them.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So now how was this for you once they done moved you away from the setting that you normally used to?
I was young, so I didn't know better. You know. And that was the thing, before that though, I grew up different. I grew up different than a lot of, white folks and stuff like that.
And that's what I wanted to get into in schooling, and how was it for you going to school?
When I was little, you know what I'm saying, you think about how racism was in the 80s or whatever, my school was all black.
Okay.
So it was Me, my brother, and I think a white girl.
And then was that the same thing with your neighborhood?
And my brother, he's adopted, so he got more Italian in him than me.
Now, was your neighborhood set up the same way as the schooling, where it's mainly
up
black?
Up there, everything was still, you know what I'm saying? The Italians live here, black folks live here, the Russians live here, like it was still like neighborhoods.
Okay.
Like when you went downtown, you had the French bread place, the German bread place, the Italian bread place,
And now, what side of town was you located on?
I was like right on the line, but on the black side.
Okay.
So like I got picked on a lot, you know what I'm saying, and I got beat up and jumped a lot, whatever. But
for what?
For being white.
Okay.
And honky get out of our neighborhood, cry with this that. I actually got tied to a tree at 7 years old.
Oh wow.
And that's what got me started working with my uncle.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying, and get money. But
now who tied you to the tree now?
Some 13, 14-year-old black kids. They tied me to a tree, stoned me, whipped me, whatever. And this is in New Jersey or whatever. I got taken down. The police came eventually, took me down, whatever, took me home. You know what I'm saying? I'm crying. I'm 7 years old. I come in the door, whatever. I'm like, I don't want to go back to school. Like, I hate black people. My dad grabbed me, threw me on the couch. It's like, you don't hate black people, son. You hate racism. And then he taught me what, like, really happened and why. And then I understood kind of why they had that hate towards me. It still wasn't right, but I understood.
So, and I want to back it up a little bit because you grew up in a household, a lot of people look at white people and say, your parents teach you to not like black people, but your parents actually raised you that don't see color. Like there's racist people.
Even my grandparents. I didn't date a white girl until I was 26 years old.
Okay.
And when they met her, she walked in the door, everybody's mouths dropped.
Because they weren't used to it.
They were like, they just assumed she was black. Because every girl I brought home happened to be black.
So now growing up in school and stuff, you hang with...
But now, when I was about 8 or 9, like I said, we moved to Connecticut, then my dad transferred down here to Georgia. We moved to Marietta, Georgia. And we were probably the poorest folks in that neighborhood, but it was like the richest neighborhood
to be in.
To be in. Like we were the only one-car family, and ours was an old beat-up car. Everybody else had the nice, they buying kids brand new cars when they turn 16 and stuff like that type of shit. But me and my brother could play baseball, so we were going that route. Like I was supposed to be a ball player, but injuries, you know what I'm saying? I had scouts looking at me like.
Now what happened with that now?
Well, I mean I was good at ball, so I played ball in the suburbs or whatever. But when that went out, that's when I said, you know what? I'm gonna get money anyway. I got depressed. Because I thought I was going to be a professional ball player. I got depressed. I said, fuck the world. Oh, excuse me.
You can curse. We real on here.
And I didn't even care whether I lived or died. Because everything I was brought up to do, like, that's what I was going to do. And it just got took from me.
So that was your passion.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and it got took from me. So.
And so what injury? What happened?
And then my parents, well, you still going to good schools, you still can get a good college degree, have a good job, have a good career, have a good life. I'm looking at how my brother living now, I'm like, damn, I should have listened. Like, for real, listen to your parents. Like, for real, kids. Like.
So with the injury, how did you get injured?
Playing ball. It just, it happens. Stuff like that happens. So. And I was a good student, too. Like, I got my first B my freshman year. Like, I was always honor roll and everything. Like, I was smart.
Look, I'm still trying to figure out what ended the career of what you wanted to do with your life.
Shoulder injury.
Okay.
But, and, like I made good grades. And, see, the administrators at the school, they saw that, so they always cut me breaks. You know what I'm saying? Because they were like, he seems genuine. Like, he comes from a good family. Like, and they would cut me breaks because I was always skipping school and skipping classes. And, back then they didn't have truancy. I remember one year I skipped like 84 days in a row. Like, see, when we went to high school, they gave you a syllabus. So when your quizzes and tests and everything are. I'm just showing up for that day. You know what I'm saying? And I would still pass. I get zeros on the homework. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that.
Pass all the tests and stuff.
So they were like seeing I was smart. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but... But that was the thing too. They also knew I was selling drugs, selling guns. Like I had got to be known as, if you need something, no matter what it is, Eric can get it for you. And that's my real name, Eric.
Okay.
But, you know what I'm saying? That's what I got known for. Because I was smart. I'm in the suburbs. Well, I'm going to the hood, give me a plug. I was using some older kids that had their license in their mommy and daddy's new car. Take me down to the hood. I'm going to meet somebody. In Misty Valley was the first spot I started getting stuff from and doing my thing, you know, at the school. But they could never catch me. They would try to catch me, but they would never catch me. You know what I'm saying? I was smart, you know.
So you were trapping out the schoolhouse.
Look, they searching my locker. They searching my locker, but they don't. They searching my locker, but they don't know I already paid this, you know, square. You know what I'm saying? Or this nerd to just switch lockers with me. You know, I'm gonna give you $200. Switch lockers with me. High school kid, like a freshman or something.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, sure.
Don't tell nobody. So then when they searching, they going through his stuff.
Oh wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Smart. You smarted up on them.
Then I was hiding stuff in the ceilings in the bathrooms.
Okay, but how long did you get away with this?
I mean, I got kicked out of the Cobb County school system.
What grade were you in?
For fighting. I was a freshman or junior.
Oh, so that was from fighting, though. That wasn't from the drugs.
Yeah, I never got caught for that.
Okay. Okay. Now, what school did you go to in Cobb?
Yeah, Lassiter High School.
Okay.
In East Cobb.
Okay.
Yeah, I went to Lassiter.
So you got kicked out. What grade you said?
Well, I went there twice because I got kicked out. I went to Washington on the west side for like a few months. And when my grandma seen there was like pages missing out of the book, she said, and took out a loan and put me in a private school.
Oh, wow.
But then I got kicked out the private school, and they said I flipped over the principal's desk and did a whole bunch of stuff.
Hold on now. You said they said.
And they basically, they wrote me a letter to get back into the Cobb County school system as long as I never go back on their property or within their vicinity. So,
they want to fool with you on no level.
So they sent me back. So I went back to Cobb, right? And then I got in trouble for hitting the teacher. I didn't mean to hit him. It was an accident. Like,
hold up. You didn't mean to hit the teacher. It was an accident.
It was one of those reflexes. Like, I was cursing this bitch out because she in East Cobb talking about.
Was the teacher the bitch you was cussing out?
Now, I moved to Atlanta when I was 15. Permanently, right? When I was 15, but still going to school. So I'm going to school out in East Cobb, and this little white girl wants. This girl say, oh, this is the no game. I'm trying to check with this other girl because I'm friends with her older brother or whatever, and I hadn't seen him in a while, and I know he had a warrant out for him. So I'm like, I'm trying to check in with her to see what's going on with her brother. She gonna stop me talking about this is the no gangsters allowed section. So I'm cursing her out talking about. You ain't know what a gangster is out here in fairy tale land, like, you know, living your good life, like.
So what the teacher did to get hit?
And I thought it was like her boyfriend put his arm on my, you know, grab me when I'm doing this or whatever, and I just, you know, did that to get it off me. I look under the chalkboard, he holding his nose, I broke his nose, you know what I'm saying? Then they were talking about suing me and kicking me out, and I said, go ahead, teachers aren't allowed to put their hands on students. You'll be working for me next year.
Oh, wow.
You know, type of deal. Like, that's what I told the principal.
You really thought that was going to fly, huh?
And then he made a deal with me. He gave me 10 days out of school. But then when I went back to school, I was in college prep. You know what I'm saying? Classes. They put me in vocational.
Oh, yeah, they're going to do that.
They put me in the behavior disorder class.
Oh, yeah, that's what they're going to do to you.
Look, I'm in class like, oh, this is easy.
Look, I'm going to stop him there because we done already got into a lot. You done already been somewhat of a problem child who stayed away from the problems because you was kind of like sneaky too. So I want to stop there. We're going to pay some bills and we're going to jump into how things was for you after, you know, everything with your career, start with sports that you wanted to really do, and you really digging deep into these streets and all of this. We finna jump right on into all of that. So we're going to pay these bills real quick. We'll be right back. Y'all stay tuned. You are back with your girl, Princess with the Real, from the bottom to the top, and I am still sitting down with Red Black Eric, and we are discussing his life and what a life he had. So we just gonna jump right back into it. We didn't discuss so much. I just want to jump right back into it and finish off where we left off at. So I know you had been dealing with a lot with, you know, being a white boy and coming up in the hood, and you dealt with it from both sides. You dealt with...
Well, that was the thing. Is like, so I moved to the suburbs, right? And I was living in the suburbs. But at 15, I was hustling, doing all that. And my parents were like, we worked too hard to get this house and give you and your brother opportunities. Either you stop selling drugs and doing all this mess, or get out. I chose to get out. I moved to Atlanta.
Okay.
Right? And, you know, I'd already been messing with Atlanta and doing all that or whatever, getting plugs and different stuff like that. And as I got older, it just seemed like, I don't know if it was God or the devil, but blessing me with the right, you know what I'm saying, the right people at the right times with the right, you know what I'm saying, connects and everything.
So you came to Atlanta with connected already.
Like I moved to the hood, and then it was like, my play family, they ain't nothing but some goons and straight up, you know what I'm saying? Like, and you know, they took me under their wing. Like, and that, I'm their little brother. Like, I could not talk to them for 3 years. Look, they gonna come ride about me.
But so they knew you when you was back home.
But well, we met through, you know, through people and stuff like that, and we just connected and became tight.
Okay.
And then that was the thing too, was because I had a lot of connects. You know what I'm saying? I knew back in the 90s, you know, I was a kid being grown man shit, but I grew up in a black man's world, y'all. I didn't grow up in a white man. I didn't know what that white privilege stuff was until like just a couple years ago, for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't black enough for the black folks. I wasn't white enough for the white folks. White folks think I'm trying to be black and something I'm not. Black folks think I'm trying to be black and something I'm not. When I'm just being me.
Did that ever make you want to change?
Then, sometimes, but it's just like I tell people, don't let people, circumstances, or situations change who you are. Because that's what changes people. Everybody's born with a pure heart and a love, you know what I'm saying? And people, circumstances, situations change them to where they're cold, to where they're angry, mean, nice, scared, whatever, you know what I'm saying? That's what changes people, you know? And it's just like, you know, my family taught me not to see color, like, you know, like I said, you know, and but that doesn't mean the rest of the world don't look at it like that. So guess what? A lot of the folks around me didn't want to see me eat. You know what I'm saying? I could have the better product, I could have the better stuff, you know what I'm saying? But we don't want to see a white boy win.
So how was you out here making money then?
Shoot, some people weren't like that. You
Okay.
know what I'm saying? And, you know, and then a lot of times I make my homeboys be, they look like the plug.
Okay.
Because this is what my thing is. I've never been just about myself. When I stopped giving a shit about myself and caring about myself, and I didn't care whether I lived or died, I've changed from that now. But I've still, if you look at my life has always been about giving up my own and trying to everybody eat.
Okay. So you
You
more
know
for
what I'm
everybody
saying?
else than yourself.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I had some people die in my life where I felt like the money wasn't important anymore. You know, even though I was living like a millionaire. You know, I was the plug living like a millionaire, and all my people were eating, everybody was happy, everything was good. And I lost it all because I had it all in someone else's name, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that, and I wanted to quit. You know what I'm saying? And I disappeared for like 2-3 months.
But you say you lost it all because you had it
I
else.
lost my houses, my cars, everything.
Because it was all in somebody else's
Because it was
name.
all in someone else's name, my jewelry, the money in the safes, everything.
So
I
what
lost
happened with that
everything.
person?
You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Okay, so you just never talked to that person.
Wink.
Okay.
I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But like, you know what I'm saying? But the point is, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I used to trap on Ashby and Martin Luther King. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm known on Simpson. I lived in Thomasville Heights. I lived off Cleveland Ave. You know what I'm saying? I didn't start claiming Atlanta until I lived there longer than I lived anywhere else. But I've been there since I was 15.
But so how do
You
you
know
feel
what I'm
about
saying?
Atlanta compared to where you're from?
I mean, Atlanta's my home. New
Okay.
Jersey's where I was born and where my roots are.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying? But that was the thing. It's like I had it hard because I had the racism coming from both sides. Because white people that were racist, they hate me worse than they hate you because they're like, you supposed to be like us. You a traitor.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, and then growing up, like I was always taking it, you know, I was always, you know, like about team. You know, I was willing to sacrifice myself to help somebody else. even if it put me in the hole.
Now, did you grow up hanging with white boys? Like, did you have
I
white
grew up
friends?
hanging out with. Well, at one point in time, my mama did say, she was like, "It's not a problem, but do you have any white friends?" You know what I'm saying? It just seemed like no matter where I was around, because honestly, like, think about it, when you a kid, you know, you just trying to be accepted, you just trying to be loved, you want to be part of something or whatever. So but kids are mean, and you know what I'm saying, and try to shine on each other and stuff like that. You know, kids being kids, so it's like you just trying to fit in, and if everybody just would like let everybody be them and fit in, like it wouldn't be no hating. You know what I'm saying? But
Of
it's
course,
like,
that's not the
oh, you
world.
trying to be like that, you trying to be like this, you trying to be like that. You know what I'm
So
saying?
how did you deal with that coming up, like, and still being you and the person that you are? How did you deal?
If you didn't like me, fuck you.
Okay.
What you
Was it
gonna
a
do?
fight?
What you gonna do about it?
Was it a fight?
If you wanted it to be, it was whatever.
Okay.
You know, it could be gunplay, it could be however you want it. You know, if you don't like me, stay the fuck from around me then. Don't fuck with me.
Now, were you one of
know
those
what I'm
people
saying?
who, when they said something like behind your back, like they not in your face talking to you, they talking to somebody else,
Oh,
and you hear it?
I'm gonna come to your face and ask you about it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I was taught to be bold, and then, like I said, I done had near-death experiences and stuff, and I really didn't care about whether I lived. I care more about the people around me. You know what I'm saying? Like me, when I quit the dope game and started going to school and trying to straighten up my life, all that wasn't for me to go to college and get a degree. And I was almost there. I was 7 classes away from being done. I had a perfect credit score. That wasn't for me. That was for me, Drizzle, all my people. Like, you know what I'm saying? So guess what? I'm opening up businesses where you getting paid good money. Guess what? Perfect credit score. I own a house. I got this job making $35 an hour. I'm going to business loans, getting $1 million deals. I'm putting it into the music, into the promotion, marketing, and we buy our way in. And
So now, did you learn how to do all of that from going to school, or did you learn it from the streets?
Falling in the street and following, business.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And being, and being, the dope gang running in the streets. You got the clubs, and then you turn it into the music business. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I was around all these folks. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was the one that told JT to go, one of the people that told JT, yeah, go get Thug, you know what I'm saying, blah, blah, blah. Told cars, went and got him, this, that, and the other. Boom, Birdman, signed him, you know what I'm saying, and took off. Like, I've been around, like, and everybody's seen me around. Like, I remember, like, I barely know Future for real. You know what I'm saying? But people see me around, and, like, because, I know Scooter and stuff like that. People do Drizzle, and, you know what I'm saying, and, and then he used to be on Ashby. A lot of people don't know that, and you know what I'm saying, and just through the hood, people thought I was the manager. People giving me CDs because I'm walking out the door behind them and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But I've been around a lot of these folks. You know what I'm saying? That's what was so great about the independent game, the first movie I did that I got in, was everybody was connected and affiliated some kind of way, from Snoop to the big, to the smallest, to Mickey Mouse, R.I.P. Mickey Mouse. He was the one that made the So Def, head dance and everything. Like, you know what I'm saying?
So, and that's what I wanted to talk to you about as well, because I know I've seen you do some things with Fig as well.
Yeah. It's all family. Me and Fig have a real relationship because we fall out this, but I know how to put the difference between business and friendship. When we on the clock, it's business. But we're going to be family at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so, and I know he's probably crossed a lot of people too, you know what I'm saying? But I stay out of his business.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
but how was it doing business with him?
Oh, it was a learning experience. I mean, and it vouched for everything that I already knew works.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Fig, actually, he'd be mad at me because he's like, you should be riding around in Sprinters right now and doing, you know what I'm saying, with your own driver and everything. Because I was his driver and security, you know what I'm saying, and his assistant for a couple of times and for years, you know what I'm saying? So like,
how did you go from, you know what, I want to take a little break because I want to go into how you went from working with Fig to now working with Drizzle, and how things are going, working on the Atlanta Avenue set, as well as everything else that you have going on.
Drizzle was first.
So we're gonna go into all of that. We're gonna take a small break and we're gonna come back into it. We're gonna discuss, his acting career. Not just his Red Black, but he played a cop. You know, he the gangster cop.
The hip-hop cop.
The hip-hop cop. So we're going to go into all of that. Y'all stay tuned to From the Bottom to the Top with your girl Princess with the Real. We'll be back real soon. You back. And let me just sip my drink because these stories get real interesting. You know, we going to get into the career of Red Black Eric. You know, we want to get into, you know, him working with Fig. We discussed on it. We touched on it a little bit. We're going to jump back into that. We're going to discuss him being on Atlanta Avenue. We're going to discuss where he is now. And he's going to leave y'all with something. You know, I always like my guests to leave my viewers with something. So he's going to leave y'all with something in the end. But we got to jump right back into this story. So let's get back into it.
So, like I said before, Drizzle came first.
So you worked with Drizzle before Fig?
Man. Drizzle came first and will always come first.
Look, okay, so what were you doing with Drizzle before?
That's my brother. That's my brother for real. I got one real brother. He was adopted. That's what's so funny about my life, too, is that really, I was born on April Fool's Day, right? I'm just going to backtrack real quick. My mom was told by 7 or 8 different doctors that she couldn't have kids. She got her small intestines wrapped upside down, wrapped around the other one, 2 uteruses, her insides are all messed up. She could get pregnant but just have miscarriages. So they adopted my brother. 3.5 years later, boom, I pop out on April Fool's Day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so.
Fool you.
And I always used to look at it as, I wasn't supposed to be here anyway. So go ahead and kill me. I've had guns in my head. Pull the trigger, bitch.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I lived that life. Like, my play family, like I said, were nothing but, and they took me under their wing and made me like them. Hot head, and then I'm Icelandic, Irish, and Italian. So
okay, so you this hot head, you this hot head in the streets, Drizzle, you doing the street stuff, and now you moving into the music in the movies.
I met Drizzle on Ashby.
When you were selling? When you was slanging?
I think I had just quit. I just lost everything, honestly. I was on MARTA.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why I say, like, that material stuff, like, it come and go. You can't take it with you. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could lose it all today. I know I'm going to be okay because God got me. Mm-hmm. I've been in too many situations where... You know what I'm saying? Wasn't supposed to get a bail. Decided to give me a bail, this, that, and I got shot. You know what I'm saying? Missed the artery like by that look. You know what I'm saying? He said so-and-so with the same shot pattern, can't even feel his leg. We'll be on walking, wheelchairs, and I'm out here like this. Like, I was supposed to have scarring all over my face like Freddy Krueger in a bike wreck. I ended up with one scar on my little chin right there. You know what I'm saying? I had 3rd-degree burns all over my face. I look like a pizza face like Freddy Krueger. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I met Drizzle on Ashby, and we just connected. And for some reason, like, me and Drizzle, we done trapped together, we been locked up together, we've been, you know, like, I would get locked up in Wright Street. Boom, who's right there? Like, God kept putting us together. I get locked up in you know, Atlanta City Jail. Boom, who right there? You know what I'm saying? It's like no matter where I go, we might separate, but God always brings us back together. That's why I said that's my brother forever. Like, you know what I'm saying? He always want to see everybody else eat. Like, that's why I went to school and everything. Like, it wasn't for me. It's because I want to see everybody happy, eating. Like, I want to see everybody successful. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's enough money out here for everybody. Like, you know.
So you linked up with Drizzle and you and him was working.
Me and Drizzle, we got the label together, you know, Cash Bags Entertainment, you know what I'm saying? And doing music, running around, you know, promoting, pushing different artists, doing different stuff like that, pushing him as an artist, you know. I used to rap back in the day, but, like, I quit, you know what I'm saying, when it stopped being about just talent, when it started being entertainment instead of being about the music. You know,
you just started getting trash.
But we know the game. You know, JT came to Atlanta. Drizzle, Drizzle was in the studio with the Migos and JT and Rich the Kid, and I was on my way just to come fuck with my boy. You know, he was like, "Yeah, you want to get in the movie?" And I was just like, "Yeah, sure." I'm thinking just like an extra small role, whatever. No problem. You know, he's like, "Yeah, you can be the cop." I just started laughing. I said, "Why I got to be the police?" He said, "Look, JT took the phone from him. He said, you already know because you white." You know what I'm saying? And we just, you know, laughed or whatever. And I just kept coming. He wasn't even paying me yet. Like I just kept coming because I didn't want to fuck up my boy's movie.
Mm-hmm.
That my boy's movie in. Like if he fucking with it, I'm fucking with it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then JT ended up paying me. You know what I'm saying? He was like, hey, this free gas and the time and da-da-da-da.
Turn
You
into
know what I'm
something.
saying? Yeah, and then like certain situations, you know what I'm saying? Like I got locked up for some shit, you know, and I needed money and everything. And like I said, the money that I made off the promotions and the movies and everything else, I actually gave it all up, really. Everybody was mad. Like I threw away the perfect credit score. You know, I cashed out to try to help someone else and give them a chance to have a life. And I gave them my word. And I'm always going to live by my word. You know what I'm saying? I grew up with my grandfather telling me, if your word don't mean shit, you don't mean shit. If you go against your word, you're a disgrace to your family name and your family bloodline. You know what I'm saying? And my grandfather being Italian, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So nothing else, like my parents were mad at me. They think I'm all doing it for a female. And I'm like, nah, if it was you right now, like, because I known her for 2 days and she needed help. I didn't know how much help, but she needed help. And she's, you know, made so much, it's ridiculous how much progress just by being in a loving, supportive, and protective environment, being around my people and my family, you know, 100 people, you know, and everything. Like, but I never heard a worse story than all the stories I heard in the projects and everything else and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying?
You just felt the need to help.
And got, you know, something in me told me to do it, and I did it, you know what I'm saying?
And you ended up losing everything.
I don't regret it for not one day. You know?
So you lost everything and you bouncing back. You working with Drizzle.
I'm gonna stay bouncing back.
You
I'll
doing
give
this.
it all up to see someone else eat. Period. You know what I'm saying? Because I've done it. You know what I'm saying? Like the person.
So what is your goal?
The person that I'm helping right now. You know what I'm saying? They never had a chance to have a life. So it's like I've had so many chances, and God's blessed me with a break here, break there. I've been locked up so many times, and God's given me breaks and everything. Everybody deserves to have a chance.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
But what is your goal in life? What do you want out of life?
Rewarded in blessings.
But what do you want out of life?
I want to see everybody eat. I want to see everybody happy.
But what do you want for you out of life?
I don't even want to be rich. Like for real. I just want to, you know, I just want to be able to, you know, be comfortable. Where I can go on a vacation and it don't hurt the pockets, or I don't have to save up for a vacation. Like, and I've had that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Ups and downs, this, and that, and the other. And one thing like JT taught me, you know what I'm saying? Like, I hear his voice every time I want to lay down my head. Time is not your friend. You know what I'm saying? Man, get up and work. Work, you know what I'm saying? Work your ass off and it will pay off. You know
but so, and when I say, you know, what do you want out of life? What is it that you're going towards in life?
I put my parents in a house.
But what is it that you inspired to do in life? Like, you wanted to be a baseball player, and you felt like that dream was gone.
I mean, honestly, I love this entertainment stuff.
Okay.
I love the acting, you know, but I think I more so love the bond that, you know, we have like on set and everything. And, you know, I like seeing people succeed. I like seeing people happy. I like seeing people, you know what I'm saying? That's all I really care about.
So you want to get into entertainment?
You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. Like everybody wants me to get into comedy, you know, and I already got a movie that I'm about to be working on with Curtis Snow. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be comedy, you know, and we probably gonna do a documentary too.
Okay.
On top of that, you know what I'm saying? And then we you know, I got a lot of things going on, and I've been in a lot of things and worked with a lot of big names and everything. You know, the one thing about me is you'll never know whether I'm rich or whether I'm broke. You know what I'm saying? Because I'll give it all today to somebody who really needs it, that's genuine. You know what I'm saying?
And so if you had to leave the viewers with something after hearing your story
God
and after hearing
me and
everything,
gives it right back. That's the biggest thing. God will bless you. And I'm not a religious person, but you know what I'm saying? That's why I'm here. You know what I'm saying? I should have been dead or in prison a long time ago. For real.
So that's your message to the people, is that God will bless you.
For real. Like, do the right thing, live right. You know, do the right thing, live right. Don't let people and circumstances, situations change who you are. You know, follow your dreams. I don't care what race you is. You know what I'm saying? But leave all that hate. Man, I need to get out of here. And that's what, like, that old white lady said. We need to stop teaching our kids and stop teaching people hate. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, because that's what holds people back. And it's like, my thing is, see, the problem is a lot of people, they want to blow up and they want to be the man to blow up. Who cares who blows up? That's why I mess with Drizzle and everybody else. Like, you know, as long as one of us blow up, look, guess what? Even if I told Drizzle, I said, bro, you my brother. If you were to blow up today and I was never to talk to you or see you again, and you just left us behind, I'd be happy I was a part of it, and at least we helped get you up out the hood, pursuing your dreams and feeding your family. And R.I.P. Miss Cat too. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like for real, like I like seeing other people eat. Like I'm not a selfish, self-centered person, and I'm loyal. I keep it 100, and I don't even really be saying that about myself. Other people be saying that about me and telling me like, you know what I'm saying?
And so with all of that being said, and you know everything that you got coming up, you know you working on a movie, you working on some other things. Tell the people, I want you to look dead into the camera and tell the people how they can find you, how they can get at you, where you at, where to find you at.
You can find me right now. My Facebook, I just lost that, so I gotta make a new Facebook. But I am Red Black on Instagram. At I am Red Black on Instagram. I gotta get a new Snapchat, new Facebook, and a whole bunch of other stuff. But at I am Red Black. My email is redblackcbe@gmail.com. And you're gonna see us on Atlanta Ave. Tune in, you know, or tune out. Shoot, you know, we want the love. We don't want the hate.
And how can they tune into that?
Shoot, on YouTube.
Okay.
Log in, Show Cheese Entertainment or Drizzle Dollar. You see, just type in Atlanta Avenue, and make sure you subscribe. You know, we doing big things. You know what I'm saying? We're doing big things.
Well, I thank you for coming in today and sharing your story, because you got a story, and I feel like it will inspire and motivate other people hearing what you've been through in life. Because there's so many people that's dealing with things that you've dealt with, and they scared to speak on it, or they just dealing with it in silence. And that's what this show is all about, is to share your life with the viewers and for them to understand, like, a person like you, the things you've been through, and people who are going through the same thing, it motivates them to keep going.
Or from the other side. You know, there's always another perspective.
Well, everybody's life is different. Everybody lives their life differently. But it's always good to hear someone's story and hear what they've been through, because it does inspire and motivate other people. And sometimes people look at and see what you went through and be like, you know what, I was thinking about doing that, but I'm not going to do it now because I seen what it did for him. I promote
kids to go to school. Don't sell drugs. There's other ways. You don't even have to sell drugs to get money and hustle, and, you know what I'm saying, and all that. Be an independent owner. Look at these kids selling bottled waters. I know someone with bottled waters bought himself a BMW, a brand new BMW, selling bottled waters on the side of the road.
Oh yeah, and they be out here in Atlanta.
You don't have to sell drugs. Don't sell drugs and screw up your life. Don't get a record. Go to school, get good grades, go to college, get the degrees, you know what I'm saying? Become independent business owners. Buy land, not jewelry, you know, buy property, things of value that will, you know what I'm saying, uplift you and uplift your family to come. That way you can leave stuff to your grandbabies and stuff like that.
All right, y'all heard it from Red Black today. Make sure you spending your money wisely. Make sure you investing in yourself and in your career. Make sure you not out here doing no frivolous stuff that's going to get you into trouble. Make sure you keep tuning in to From the Bottom to the Top with your girl Princess with the Real, because things get juicy on here. Stay tuned for next week. I'll see you then.
I done been down before. I had to get up and get it together. Knew one day it would be better.